All right, everyone, welcome to the final video of the IELTS Listening by Go Inter Academy. In this video, we'll be looking at Section 4, which can feel a bit intense because it's just one speaker talking for a few minutes straight, often with technical or academic content. But I'll help you break it down step by step, predict the answers, and avoid falling into traps. So just stay focused, and I'll guide you all the way through. Let's get started. Let's look at question 31. The question asks why Anita found the article by Dr. Matthews useful. So let's listen to what she says, and then we're going to find the answer.
Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something that might not seem important at first, but actually plays a big role in sports: handedness. In different sports, some athletes rely more on one hand, while others use both. But does it make a difference in performance? At first, I didn't think much about it. Being left handed myself, I never saw it as something that mattered. But then, I came across an article by a sports psychologist, Dr. Peter Matthews. He spent years studying handedness in sports, and his research made me think differently. At first, his article was mostly about how handedness affects musicians rather than athletes, which I almost skipped. But as I kept reading, I realized his findings were actually quite useful for sports training.
So, what does the audio tell us? Let's look at all the options. Option A, it would help her improve her skills as a left-handed person. So in the audio, it was mentioned that Zanita was left-handed, but she didn't say anything about how the article helped her improve her own skill. She says the article was useful for training in general. So option A is not really the answer that we're looking for here. Let's go to option B. He made interesting connections between music and sports. It is true that music was mentioned, but the script didn't make any connection between music and sport, so this is another trap. Now let's take a look at option C. His findings were relevant for training athletes. This exactly matches what she says, that the research was useful for sports training. It doesn't exaggerate or make personal assumptions. So the correct answer here is C. His findings were relevant for training athletes. Now for question 32. What does Anita say research on handedness can help athletes do? Here's what she says.
One of the biggest takeaways from his research is that understanding an athlete's natural preference can help them develop better strategies in a game. It's not just about strengthening the weaker side, but rather about playing in a way that works best for the individual.
So let's match that to the options. A. Identifying their weaknesses in sports. She actually disagrees with this. She says it's not just about strengthening the weaker side. That's a trap. Option B. Find the best strategies for their play style. Yes, she says exactly that. Develop better strategies in a game, playing in a way that works best for the individual. Option C. Develop new training methods for coaches. Not exactly. The research helps athletes, not coaches. So the correct answer for question 32 is option B. Question 33. What's Anita's criticism about most sports coaches? Here's what she says.
However, many coaches don't seem to take this into account. They focus more on general skills rather than adjusting to a player's natural tendencies.
Let's walk through the options. Option A. They don't fully understand how handedness affects performance. This option sounds tempting, but not really specific enough. She doesn't question their understanding. She criticizes their training focus. Option B. They focus too much on general athletic skills. So yes, this is exactly what she says, word for word. It's not about knowledge or theory. It's about where they put their attention. Option C, they rely too much on science rather than practical training. So this is not really mentioned at all. The problem wasn't science or practice, it was general skills versus strategy. So the correct answer for question 33 is option B again. Let's move to question 34. What type of musicians were more likely to be mixed-handed? So here's what Anita reports from the study.
Matthews also looked at mixed handedness, where a person can use both hands equally well. In one study, he examined musicians and found that pianists were more likely to be mixed handed compared to violinists, who relied heavily on one hand. Another interesting finding was that people who started learning at a younger age were more likely to develop this ability, suggesting that early exposure is key to improving coordination.
Now let's compare that to the choices that we have. Option A, started playing instruments at an early age. Yes, that's exactly what she says. People who started learning at a younger age were more likely to develop this ability. Option B, played instruments like the violins and cello. Actually, the opposite of what was said. Violinists were less likely to be mixed-handed. Option C, practiced their instruments for many years. This was not mentioned at all. So the correct answer for question 34 is option A. Question 35. Research on apes suggests that. So this is one of those questions where you really got to stay focused on the result of the study, not just what the speaker mentioned in passing. Here's what Anita says.
He didn't just stop at human studies, he also researched apes. He found that apes use one hand more than the other, just like humans. But what was surprising was that those who consistently used the same hand when picking food from anthills were actually 30% more successful than those who switched hands. This shows that having a dominant side might provide an advantage in some situations.
So let's check the options. Option A. Apes that use the same hand consistently are better at getting food. So yes, this is exactly what was said, not just in general, but with a 30% success rate difference. This is the key finding of the research. Option B, apes show the same proportion of left and right-handedness as humans. So this is the trap. She says they use one hand more than the other, but didn't compare anything to humans. Option C, more apes are left-handed than right-handed. There was no mention of this at all. So the correct option is option A. Remember that when you get a question like this, focus on what the study proved, not just what sounds familiar. A lot of students fall for keywords like left-handed or just like humans, but in IELTS listening, the main point always wins. Now we're working on question 36 to question 40. This is a table completion test. The table summarizes key findings across 3 sports: hockey, tennis, and gymnastics. Don't worry if you don't know the meaning of the word cross-lateral. This is a technical term, and you will understand the meaning after listening to the audio. As always, don't listen right away. Let's first predict the type of word we're looking for in each blank. So that way, your brain knows what to expect, and you're more likely to catch the answer when it's said. Let's start with question 36. The phrase is must be used in. We expect a noun, probably a location, direction, or pattern of movement. So now let's listen.
Moving on to sports, Matthews divided athletes into 3 groups: those who use both hands equally, those who favor one side, and those who have a dominant hand and eye on opposite sides. He found that in hockey, mixed-handed players had an advantage because they needed to use their stick in different directions.
The phrase in different directions matches perfectly. That's a plural noun and fits grammatically with the question. So the answer is different directions. Moving on to question 37. This is an adjective describing a quality. Let's listen.
This made them more confident in handling the puck.
The adjective confident, which we heard in the audio, directly describes the result of being mixed-handed. So the answer for question 37 is confident. Now we go to question 38. We already have the noun field of vision. So the missing word must be an adjective describing what kind of field. Let's listen together.
In tennis, however, having a dominant hand and eye on the same side was better. Players with this alignment had a wider field of vision, which helped them track the ball more effectively.
Wider is the adjective that we need. It fits both grammatically and contextually. So the answer to question 38 is wider. Question 39. The sentence needs a verb, something that the players do too late. So let's listen to the audio.
On the other hand, those with cross-laterality, where the dominant hand and eye are on different sides, often react slower, which can affect their performance.
The verb react was used in the audio, and that's the action that they do too late. So the answer to question 39 is react. Now to the last question, question 40. We expect a strong adjective as the answer. It gives meaning to good balance, which is something for gymnasts. So let's listen to the audio.
Lastly, he looked at gymnastics. Here, he found that cross-laterality actually helped. Gymnasts with this trait had better balance, which is crucial for performing well in events like the beam and vault. In the end, Matthews's research suggests that handedness does matter in sports, though in different ways depending on the sport. While some coaches believe training should focus only on flexibility and strength, his findings show that understanding an athlete's natural tendencies can lead to smarter training methods. That wraps up today's discussion. Next time, we'll look at how reaction times affect performance in fast-paced sports.
The word crucial is used directly in the transcript, and it tells us about the high level of importance. So the answer to question 40 is crucial. And that's a wrap for section 4 and the final part of the listening test. You've worked through 4 different types of listening challenges, each with its own structure, traps, and strategies. By now, you've built the skills to predict, focus, and catch the right answers with confidence. If you miss a few along the way, that's okay. Review the tough ones, and you get sharper each time. Thank you guys for joining me, and good luck on your IELTS journey.